Malaysia hosts the largest number of Rohingya refugees in ASEAN, but many live under a cloud of uncertainty. Authorities are making more immigration-related arrests in neighbourhoods identified as COVID-19 cluster areas. Melissa Go with this report.
These may look like ordinary cardboards, but for many Rohingya families who sought refuge in Malaysia, they've been their lifesavers. 33-year-old Rihanna Issa said her family would have been evicted last year after her husband lost his job during the pandemic, if not for these recyclable items.
Boleh lah, tapi susah lah. Anak satu ada, ini gici, 7 bulan lah. Saya tak kerja tak ada. Suami ini cari-cari makan lah, jual lah.
The mother of 3 hopes that the government will ease restrictions and allow more businesses to operate so that she can sell these recyclables and put food on the table. For now, she's relying on food aid from the UN Refugee Agency and other NGOs. Rihanna is not alone. Thousands of Myanmar refugees are in the same boat. Unable to find job due to the lockdown, many saw their savings wiped out the past year and are now relying on handouts to survive the pandemic.
Instant noodles, cooking oil, canned food, sugar, tea are some of the essentials in the food baskets that are given to families once a week during the pandemic. Now, because of the economic downturn as lockdown continues, the amount of donation has also come down by about 30%.
There are 180,000 refugees and asylum seekers registered with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Almost 90% are from Myanmar. The Malaysian government has promised to vaccinate all foreigners aged 18 and above, regardless of nationality, documented or undocumented. But many refugees are fearful of arrests because their documents have not been renewed, he said, since the lockdown.
Now so many, but not only me, many thousands like me, that just waiting, cannot renew. They cannot go out, they're afraid.
Several refugee community leaders said they are disappointed with what appears to be policy flip-flop from the Malaysian government.
We must understand that we are not criminal. So, as refugees, because in our country has a problem, that's why we are here. So everyone willing to take, no problem.
I didn't expect that the government will make you trend like this. It's so sad.
But Home Minister Hamzah Zainuddin insisted that the country has its own laws. All refugees and asylum seekers without proper documentation will be held immediately.
Dalam masa tak sampai 10 tahun, benda ni akan menjadi berjuta-juta orang. Is that fair? I don't think it's fair to our own country. And I have to make sure that we have to stop somewhere.
According to the UNHCR, increasingly, refugees worldwide, including in Malaysia, are being made scapegoats to exploit public fears of security, employment and rights. Analysts say this groundswell of hate, xenophobia and racism must stop.
Because refugees are very much integrated into the fabric of Malaysian society. They live alongside us. They work alongside us, and the virus doesn't see race or nationality.
Indeed, the government knows that it has to be inclusive and universal in its response in order to beat the virus and exit the pandemic by October as planned. Melissa Go, CNA, Kuala Lumpur.